I did not say it out loud at first. I whispered it. Barely. Almost like I was afraid to hear myself say it. I think I am done. Not done with a task. Not done with a goal. Done with trying. Done with hoping. Done with believing that anything would change. Because there comes a moment in life when the weight becomes too much. Not all at once, but slowly, day by day. Disappointment by disappointment. Prayer by prayer that feels unanswered. You keep showing up. You keep pushing forward. You keep telling yourself, just one more day. But then one more day turns into weeks. Weeks turn into months. And nothing moves. Nothing shifts. Nothing breaks open. And you start asking questions you never wanted to ask. Did I misunderstand God? Did I go the wrong way? Why does it feel like everyone else is moving forward, except me? You see other people winning, building, smiling, and something inside you starts to crack, because you are trying just as hard, maybe harder, but your life does not reflect it. And that is where the real battle begins. Not outside. Inside. Because quitting does not happen in your hands. It happens in your mind. It begins with a thought. A quiet surrender. Maybe I should just stop. And if you are honest, you have had that thought. Maybe even today. But here is the truth that changed everything for me. The moment you feel like quitting is often the moment your breakthrough is closest. You just cannot see it yet. James 1-4 says, "Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Let perseverance finish. Not start. Not try. Finish. Which means there is something being built in you right now, even if nothing around you is changing. And that is the moment everything shifted for me. Not when life got easier, but when I made a decision. Clear, final, unshakable. I will not give up. 1. When everything feels pointless. There is a stage in every journey where effort feels useless, where discipline feels invisible, where progress feels non-existent. And that is where I found myself. I was doing everything I knew to do. Working, learning, praying, trying to grow, trying to move forward. But nothing was happening. No doors opened. No opportunities appeared. No confirmation. Just silence. And silence can be dangerous. Because silence makes you question everything. It makes you doubt your path, your purpose, even your worth. I remember sitting in my car one evening, engine off, hands on the wheel, just staring. And I asked myself a question I never thought I would ask. What if this is all there is? That question hit hard, because it carried fear. Fear that nothing would change. Fear that all my effort meant nothing. And that is where many people quit. Not because they are weak, but because they are tired. Tired of trying without results. Tired of believing without evidence. Tired of hoping without movement. But then, something inside me resisted. A quiet push. A reminder. Galatians 6-9 says, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap, if we do not give up." In due season. Not your timing. Not your expectation. God's timing. And suddenly I realized something. Just because I could not see growth did not mean growth was not happening. Seeds grow in silence. Roots develop in darkness. And maybe that is exactly where I was. Not stuck. Being prepared. 2. The war inside your mind. Here is what most people do not understand. The real battle is not external. It is internal. It is the voice in your head. The one that whispers doubt. The one that questions your ability. The one that tells you, you are not enough. And if you listen long enough, that voice becomes loud, convincing, dangerous. Because once your mind agrees, your actions follow. I started noticing it. The thoughts. Subtle at first. Then constant. You should stop. This is not working. You are wasting your time. And for a moment, I believed it. But then I remembered something powerful. 2 Corinthians 10-5 says, "We take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." It's about. Take captive. That means not every thought is truth. Some thoughts are lies. And if you do not challenge them, they will control you. So I started fighting back. Not physically. Mentally. Every time doubt spoke, I answered with truth. Every time fear appeared, I replaced it with faith. Because Romans 12:2 says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Transformation begins in the mind. Not in your situation. Not in your environment. In your thinking. And once that changed, everything started to shift. Not immediately outside, but deeply inside. I became stronger, more stable, more grounded, because I stopped letting my thoughts control me and started controlling my thoughts. 3. Becoming unstoppable. Then something unexpected happened. The situation did not change overnight, but I did. I became someone different. Someone who does not quit. And that changed everything. Because success is not built on talent. It is built on endurance. It is built on consistency. It is built on showing up when everything in you wants to stop. I started waking up with a different mindset. Not asking, "Is this working?" but declaring, "I will keep going." Because I understood something deeper. The goal is not just to succeed. The goal is to become someone who cannot be stopped. Romans 5:3-4 says, "Suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope." That is the process. Pain builds perseverance. Perseverance builds character. Character builds hope. And hope keeps you moving. So I kept going. Day after day. Step by step. And eventually, things began to change. Opportunities appeared. Doors opened. But the real victory was not the results. It was who I became. Because now, even if everything disappeared, I would still continue. Because I am no longer dependent on outcomes. I am committed to the process. And that is what makes you unstoppable. Conclusion. So, let me ask you something. Right now, in this moment, are you close to quitting? Be honest. Because if you are not alone. Everyone reaches that point. Everyone faces that moment. The difference is what you do next. Because quitting will always be an option. It will always be available. Easy. Accessible. But continuing, that requires something deeper. Something stronger. Faith. Conviction. Decision. 2 Timothy 4:7 says, "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith." Finished. Not started. Not tried. Finished. That is the goal. So do not stop now. Do not walk away. Do not let temporary struggle steal permanent purpose. You are not stuck. You are being built. You are not failing. You are being shaped. And what you are becoming is far greater than what you are going through. So say it. Out loud if you have to. I will not give up. Again. I will not give up. And this time, let it be a decision, not a feeling. Because feelings fade. But decisions, they define your life. And this one decision might change everything.